Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Vaibhavi and today I'm going to be talking everything about journaling that you need to know and how you can get started on your journaling process and how I got started, some prompts. I'm going to share so many tips and tricks in this video, so stay tuned for the end. But here I'm going to be talking about how I started journaling. So from when I was young, I always liked to collect things and to stick things. So I remember in my second grade we used to get a newspaper, and there was a story in that. It was called Ikibo or something, and I would every day take the newspaper, cut out the story and stick it in my book, and then I would make a scrap journal kind of thing. And then after that, in third grade, I started writing in my journal. So I still have those journal entries from when I was third grade and fourth grade. I used to write down how I'm feeling every day. I don't even know how I started, but I just started and it just went on and on. But then I technically properly started when I was in 8th grade. I remember meeting two new friends, and those two inspired me and my friend, and we both started journaling and we both started sketching anime and stuff. It was such a fun year. We used to journal all the time. So this was a journal I used to use before. This is just an ordinary classmate notebook. Literally you can use any notebook and stuff, but this was my first proper journal. So as you can see, it's pretty filled up. This is my entire 8th grade, and not even the complete thing. It's only half or less than half, and this is the second part. This is also completely filled with the writings. So what I would do is I wrote this little note if you find this, give it back to me, because I used to take it to school and stuff. So there were chances of getting it lost of people reading it. But I wrote that on the first page. So I used to write the date. I used to write "Hey Diary," and I used to write the time and start writing. So in a day, I used to write so many times. This is my first day, and I wrote almost 5 pages of journaling, literally 5 pages. And then I would also put sketches here. So these two are sketches made by my friends, and I would put them over here. I used to write 1 page each day. So this is one day, this is one day. And what I used to do is I used to write best part of the day in the front, in the starting of the page, to just look back at it and just see how much I've grown and stuff. I was sad that day, so I put a sad anime kind of thing. It's so funny to look back at right now. I'm so happy I actually did all of this when I was small. Just have pictures in this. Student council, so I put a picture of the badge that we got for sports day, and then I put the invitation for sports day in this. We went to field trip, so I cut out pictures of the field trip of the place that we went to, and I stuck it over here. And I stuck a picture of me and my friends in the trip, and I wrote this whole journal entry in color pens, which is so crazy. Oh my gosh. Standard, I started journaling again. This is another notebook from my school. It's the same one as the before. It's a classmate notebook. I just put wrapping paper on top and put a plastic sheet, and I've written my name over here. So in this also, I would write down every day. I would write only one day, 1 page per day, and I would write almost every day. This book is also pretty filled up and stuff. And then I put the wrapper picture because my friend gave me a chocolate, so I put that over here. And it's all fun to look back at these. As you can see, it's pretty fair. And this was on the field trip, so I stuck the picture here so I can look back at it in future and stuff. Here I'm going to be talking about the supplies that I use. The supplies that I use are, you can just buy any notebook. I used to use diaries. I first started with one of my school notebooks that we got, and then I moved on to diaries. And now also I still use a classmate notebook. You can literally use any book. There are no complications to use a fancy book or something. It just depends on how you want it, and it's just normal books. I use one classmate book, and then other books you can just buy once you're finished the notebook, because journaling might not be for you, but some parts of journaling might be for you. So you can do it as an experiment and then later improvise it and upgrade it to other books. For pens, I really like to use gel pen because it's flowy and it's just easy to write. than ball pens, which are like kind of hard to write. Now I want to talk about when do I journal and where do I journal. Like, I feel like if you want to start building a habit, you need to have a when and where. Now I journal on my table at 9 a.m., 8 a.m. in the morning. So what I do is I just set my morning routine like this. Like, I would get up, I would go to the bathroom, do all the bathroom stuff, watch my phone. Like, I can't remove that out of my process, and I really like that. So like, I get to know all the messages about my classes, about anything and everything. Then I make my bed, I change, and then I go, I journal. No, I make a cup of coffee, I journal, I read my book, and then I start my day. So that's just the morning routine that I've been doing for like 2 months, and it's like really good because like I journal out in the morning. But some days it's kind of hard to journal, and it's okay. Like, I don't journal some days. It's not like I journal every day, and some days I just write 4 lines or like 2 lines or like a 1 page or 2 pages. It all depends on how you're feeling that day and how you're feeling that morning. So I really like to do it in the morning. You can do it in the morning, on your bed, on the table, in the evening, in the night, with all the candles, and the ambience is just so nice and so calming. I like to do it in the night too, but only sometimes, like not always, not every week, not every month, just sometimes, like once in a blue moon or something. And I also like to go to the garden and journal. It's like so calming to go down. Even though there's a lot of background noise, it's so nice to go down and just journal out your thoughts. Now we're going to talk about prompts, and there are so many kinds of journaling. There are so many kinds of prompts that are there, but the ones that I like to do, few of them are daily, monthly, yearly, weekly. I don't do the daily one every day, but sometimes I do it. I do the monthly, weekly, and yearly one every like year, every month, every week. Basically, I talked about the daily journaling, which is just freehand journaling. You just journal out your thoughts, even if it's 2 lines, 4 lines, 1 page, 2 pages. You just journal out what you're feeling, how you're feeling, and stuff like that. The second one is reset journaling, which is the yearly, monthly, weekly, next week, next year, last month, next month, anything. And there are so many prompts you can find. I find all of my prompts on Pinterest. Like, you can just type in the prompt name, like next year prompts, and you're gonna get so many of them. You can answer any of those. Next type of journaling is law of attraction or manifesting. There's so many kinds of one that you can do. Like, there are prompts also, but what I do is called scripting, and I've mentioned it in my previous video, which is the 2022 video. And it's just where you just write down your dream life as if you're living it in the present tense. And that's everything that I do for manifestation and law of attraction. That's the thing about journaling. People think that you have to do it every day, but no, you don't have to do it every day. You just have to do it whenever you feel like it. So that is law of attraction, manifestation. There are so many kinds which you can find, but I only do scripting. The next type is bullet journaling. So this is my bullet journal for 2022. Habit tracker, which is the bullet journaling. Like, I used to do a fancy bullet journaling 2 years ago, but then I just never used it. So I did like a basic one, which I just have to fill every day, like thoda sa. So this is just like a simple habit tracker I made, and how my week went. So this is the weekly recap, and at the end I put a January reset, and I put a monthly log for January, like the whole month at the view, so I can like see what I have to do and what I have to not do. I put a monthly to-dos for January and a weekly log with the week dates, because I use a daily to-do list book, but sometimes it's good to like have a whole monthly overview and have a whole weekly overview. So that's why I use this monthly and weekly logs. So this is all about the bullet journaling. One more thing that you can do is called journaling jar. Since it's the new year, beginning of the year, so it's basically you write something good that happened that day and you just put it in a jar, and at the end of the year you like look back to the year, open any random page and just read out what good happened this year, and that's when you'll know, okay, all the accomplishments you made. So I started doing that from January 1st, and I want to do that the entire year. Even though I'm a little behind now, I didn't do 3 or 4 days in between, but it's okay. You can like, look back at the pictures you clicked, or look back at your journal entries and write down what good happened that day. The next kind of journaling is prompts, which is shadow work, which is like the biggest subtopic here, because you can find so many prompts to use, like so many prompts. So I basically never used prompts before, And the only time I started using prompts was in 2021. I got this journal. It's like a green diary, and this became my 2021 journal. So I just watched lots of videos like this one, and I was so confused how to start, where to start. So I wrote down prompts first. This is like just 5 pages of prompts, like just questions that I can answer anytime. And there's so many creators out there who make like journal prompts and like journal challenges. Go through Pinterest and find so many of these, or you can also follow the Instagram creators and stuff. So I'm gonna tell some prompts that you guys can use, something that I've mentioned in the starting of the book. I kept one page for your ideal day. I kept a I verb, and I those are just like I verbs where you just fill out, put a word or put a sentence after that. So basically it's I am. So maybe it's like, okay, I am happy, I'm successful, something like that. Or like, I wish I could forget my past, I wish I could forget this person, something like that. So the next page I wrote goals of the year. The next page I wrote habits I want to adopt. The next page I wrote a kindness challenge. So like, if like all the kindness that you spread through the world comes back to you. So you just write down small little kindness that you did. I just filled out one. I never really even filled any of these. Like all of these are like empty. But these are just some ideas that you guys can try, like a soundtrack of my life, like all the favorite songs, things I wanted to say but never did. And like this list is actually pretty long, but I don't like anything over here. I wrote a dream log. Then I wrote a trip, like to plan a trip, like the itineraries, the bucket list, stuff like that. Next, I wrote what are you grateful for? Letter to my past. Like I literally have so many letter to my future. And then I started writing from New Year. And then I started with the prompts. Like I just put random questions and just answered these. And then I put manifestation journal entry 1. Like this was my manifestation and shadow work cup combined work. Then comes the main part. This is all just prompts and manifestation. So I was following an Instagram creator called Sophia, I guess her name is, and she used to release these prompts, and like they had so many different names. So it's like a 5-day prompt. So from Monday you start until Friday. There are like 5 or 6 questions under each day, and you just answer them. So the topics were like, who are you, personal growth, seeing growth, self-discovery, relationships. Under relationships, it was like yourself, family, friends, future relationships, stuff like that. And then you had setting goals, clarity within me, manifestation, self-love, body positivity, be gentle on yourself, stuff like that. So like before it was not priced. She gave it out for free on her Instagram and like through her website. But then now I noticed it that she charges for them, so I can't really share the prompts because that would just be violation of like somebody's business kind of thing. So but if you guys are interested, you can actually go and purchase those journal prompts and journal ideas and just do them on your own. Like how to make your journal interesting. So you can add pictures, you can describe your day in words, or no, I mean you would describe it in words, but you could describe it in drawings, sketches, and like something creative, stuff like that. Or you can also like just add in newspaper bits, magazine covers. You can just make it creative on how you want to make it. So if you're starting out, my number one tip would be that you start out small. Like start out not having too much expectations, and start out with just one book where you just write down your thoughts. And if you don't get any specific thoughts, you can write about how your day was, how your morning was, how you're feeling, how was everything, like something that happened in the past. Like you can just start with anything. Or if you're not comfortable with like sharing anything in a diary, you can also answer these prompts. You can just get to know more about yourself and stuff like that. So first question that you can ask is, what did I do today? How do I feel today? What's on my mind today? So these are like set of 3 questions, so you can answer these like anywhere. And then what are my goals for today /month/year? Looking back at this year, looking back at 2021, looking back at 2020, stuff like that. Where do I see myself in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? These questions are like super important to like get to know what you want your goals to be, and where do you see yourself in a way that you can plan out your goals. You can plan out how you want to do stuff in your life. And then what's bothering me today? How will I overcome this? What am I proud of myself for? What inspired me today? What am I looking forward to? A story from the past, quotes I would want to implement, affirmations. Affirmations are like just boosters to yourself that yes, you can do it, and like yes, I got this and stuff like that. Things I'm holding on to, like any fears, any like feelings, emotions, stuff like that. What do I need to let go of? Where am I putting my energy? Where do I want to direct my energy? Where am I finding joy? What am I working towards? And how am I spreading kindness? Questions that you can answer. You can also make a page about your family history, like just answering questions about your family, about yourself, for like fun journal ideas. Like you can find so many of these ideas on Pinterest. I'm gonna link a Pinterest board that I made for journaling down, so you can check that out for like how to go to journal, how to find more prompts, stuff like that. As part, I just want to share some tips and tricks that you can use, like just like some advice when you're starting out on journaling. It's not that easy. It might get overwhelmed in the starting, but it's like one day at a time, and you just so one is to be consistent. If you're starting out, make sure to keep it as a priority. Next is to use separate journals, like one for freehand journaling and one for prompts and shadow work. You need to be open and honest. It's gonna be private, but you can also lock it. What I do is I keep all my journals inside a bag with a key with a number lock, because I really don't trust anyone near me. You know, my family, like my brother likes to read my journal, so I hide it inside. You just need to get started. If you want to start, and just start small, like start with one page a day, or like half page a day, one line a day, two lines a day, something like that. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. I would love to read through them and love to answer them. I hope this video was helpful and useful for you. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.